So, for the person listening, okay, so the last few years, it could be easy to create a story that in the last few years, resiliency has been under attack.
Yes.
for almost everybody.
Yes.
And we're on the cusp of, there's always that hope. Well, 2021 is going to be better than 2020. Well, 2022 is going to be better than 2021. Well, here we are knocking on the door of 2023. Do you have any just tips for how to make a more resilient me in 2023?
Yeah.
I just came up with that.
I know it's a resilient me in 2023, and it's a rhyme.
Yeah.
No, it's so good because you're spot on. Like what we have been through together collectively, we had to separate our social connection, which is our most important fundamental tool for health and for resilience, for sure. Safe and trusting relationships. And we had to sort of separate because of the risk of getting ill, right? And so that was a true test to our resilience. And then we had the political split, and we had the vaccine, and we had those. So we've been divided, for sure. And so, but can we come back together? Absolutely. But we have to, the way I see it is we have to first see what's really there. And what's really there is we're living in a culture that, from what I'm teaching, from this body's perspective, is very challenging. It's ongoing competition. There's evaluation from the time we go to school to wherever we work, right? And there's competition. There's uncertainty. There's lack of familiarity, violations of expectancy. All of those things are real, and they challenge our body to find that sitting by the lake experience. They absolutely do. So what do? First, we just acknowledge that. It's real. And hopefully we can see ourselves and each other because of what we're facing, and knowing that our bodies reflexively respond to challenge in those different ways that we've talked about. So we can look at ourselves and each other without shame, without blame, without faults and guilt, right? Those other things that we're attaching. And we can just see it for what it is, and then meet our own bodies where they are. So as we meet our own bodies where they are, then start, I call it building the habit of safety. The habit of safety. Instead of, in 2023, I'm just winging this now too. This is great that you brought this up. So instead of we set these resolutions of making a new habit or breaking, I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to do this. Instead of thinking of stopping anything, like I'm no longer going to do this, let's create a habit of safety where all we're going to do is add in those people, those places, those times in the day or the week or the season that feed and nourish our bodies and our nervous systems to feel grounded and safe and connected. So let's make that our 2023 resolution. The habit of safety. Every day, I'm going to find the who, what, when, and where. Who are those people that just I feel so trusting, or that lift my spirit, that I can play with, or that I just know they get me. Okay? And spend a minute, 5 minutes, every day or a couple times a week with that who. When are the times of the day or the week or the season where I just naturally feel more at ease, more connected? Right? Maybe it's the morning as the sun rises. Maybe it's the setting sun. Maybe it's just midday and you look up at a cloud. And then where? Where are those places? Could be a place in your home, could be even a place at work or outside. Where? So who, what, where, or who, when, and where, and then what? What are those small little things that we can do that just feed us? Whether it's taking a long, slow exhale, whether it's standing and just sort of reaching up and opening up, whether it's walking, right? So it has to be real simple, but it's who, what, when, and where, and having that as the habit of safety. And secondarily to that is wherever you go, so when you walk into a strange environment or even a normal environment, let your attention sort of wander around the space and see what you can see, or listen for what you can hear, or smell what you can smell, or touch what you can touch, that you, again, not cognitively, but in your body, feels like it's comforting. Right? So like when I walk into a room or a restaurant, I sort of let my attention sort of scan. It's part of my habit of safety. And I sort of find where in the room just feels right, feels more at ease. And like, what sounds can I hear that, like, I was playing tennis the other day and I noticed that I was starting to get a little triggered. The other player was taking it to me for a little bit, and I noticed, and I just listened, and I could hear some birds tweeting off in the distance. I'm like, cue of safety. Come back in, right? Instead of spinning into a story of self-destruction or you're not good enough. So it's those kinds of things. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be this magic, this is what's going to change. Because the body, the nervous system, you need patience, you need kindness. And it's about self-care over the long haul.